So one of the archetypes I've noticed a lot of recently is the phenomenon of pseudo-alpha chads. So today I'll be watching a video by Ali Rizay called Why Being a Handsome Man Doesn't Get You Girls as a Handsome Man, which he decided to film topless. So let's see what he has to say.
There are times where I'm fucking irresistible to women, but those times are not correlated to the way that my face looks.
Yeah, boy.
It's actually very much an energetic thing.
Attract the 304s with your Giga Chad energy,
I operate off alpha frequency. So our brains actually emit different types of wavelengths, and it depends on the time of day. Like for example, when you sleep, your brain is emitting theta and delta waves, which are very long oscillations designed for you to sleep. But when you're awake, your brain really operates off two modalities. You've either got alpha wavelength, which is big oscillations, or you've got beta wavelengths, which are rapid movements. And if you are operating off beta frequency, which is the times where your mind is racing, you see that rapid movement, that is beta frequency. And that's the biggest fucking thing that turns women off.
Yeah, because that's what alpha males are thinking of all day, is what attracts women. Do you think it occurred to this guy that if you can function at your job during the day in a meditative or alpha state the whole time, and not go into the beta state or alert state, then your job probably doesn't require a whole lot of brain power. But for those of us who need to be alert and use their brain, you might want to be more alert, which might be the reason people drink coffee a lot.
They can sense it. You know how us dudes, we know if a woman is innocent and can be a potential wife or potential mother to our children? Women have the same fucking superpower in the sense that they're able to detect instantaneously if you're a fucking beta or if you're an alpha. Bro, I've gone through days where I've seen this really hot girl and I don't even really care that I want to fucking pick her up or ask her number. And I'm just being a gentleman. I'm so detached from the outcome. I'm just doing my own thing. I'm on my own path. And man, women find that irresistible because they find that as a safe energy.
So one of the main characteristics of pseudo-chads is they live in a paradox they can't quite understand. Maybe because they're in too much of a meditative alpha bro state and not alert enough. But the paradox is that they care so much about attracting women, but also try so hard to make it seem like they don't care about them. I recently made a video on how this phenomenon of both men and women pretending not to care while dying on the inside is one of the many things ruining dating in the modern world. These types of men I would categorize as basically pseudo-alpha chads. They're men who are rejecting their own emotions and identity for the sake of maintaining the female validation that they try so hard to give the illusion that they don't care about. Or in other cases, it can also be when men are skeeting down below their standards and dating women with significantly lower sexual marketplace value than themselves, to the point where they just genuinely don't care because they could find another woman of that caliber quite easily and wouldn't have dated them long term anyway.
This is where it goes down to the whole thing about why women are attracted to bad boys. Why do you think that's the case? It's because the bad boy has the ability to protect that woman.
Incorrect. Women don't like bad boys for protection and stability. That's why they like simps. They like the emotional roller coaster and unpredictability of a bad boy. Bad boys are more likely to go to prison, be deadbeats with bad jobs or no job, have drug addictions, and that's not very good protection. The reason modern narcissistic women go for bad boys is because the abuse and drama caused by the bad boy allows the woman to project her problems onto someone else without taking accountability. If a woman is never happy and she thinks she just needs this holiday, this house, or this man, and then she gets those things and still isn't happy, she can only blame herself and start to introspect. And that, to a lot of narcissistic women, is like hell on earth. Also worth noting, it's not the ugly bad boys that they like either, is it? It's the good-looking ones, like Jeremy Meeks. Or another example of equally handsome Richard Ramirez, who murdered a lot of women and even had sex with one of their eye sockets after he gouged it out. He had a harem of obsessed female orbiters. If it wasn't his looks, I doubt it was his alpha bro meditative energy that attracted them.
Do you
I think he's handsome.
Well, I see why other girls might. I don't really know.
No? Then what are you attracted to?
I think he broke away from the system.
I don't care what means he does it. He might fucking go and, like, you know, rob a bank, but he still has that inherent masculine quality that is designed to protect and give women security, and that's why they're attracted. That's why they don't give a fuck if you're a nice guy, because you don't have that ability to kind of like stand for anything.
Just stand for something, guys, and go rob a bank, bro. Alpha Chad guys, my fellow alpha bros.
You're more attractive when you don't give a fuck, where you're not concerned and obsessing over things that you can't control, compared to having a negative canthal tilt, a fucking jawline that's absolutely chiseled, or, you know, having a hunter eye. That shit is so fucking overrated, and it's shit that literally like 15, 16-year-old dudes obsess over because they don't understand what it means to be alpha.
I don't give a fuck. Come to me, ladies. Come on, ladies.
And alphaness is fundamentally the characteristic that women are attracted to. Fuck, bro, I'm a handsome dude, but there have been times where I've been an absolute beta, an absolute goober, and women don't give two shits about me.
I don't think it was this guy's lack of alpha behavior. I think it was actually the fact that he's probably like a 7.5 on the looks. Like, he's a decent looking guy, but there's going to be a lot of chads out there that will absolutely destroy him if they approach the same women as him. And these women probably just had better options with better looking men. Or maybe if they were a bit older, they had access to more cashed up simps. It's not because this guy wasn't being alpha bro chat enough. Most likely.
But the moments where, like, I stop giving a fuck and I'm actually, like, just on my own path, that's the moments where I'm the most attractive. You take this from an objectively handsome guy saying this. We all go through the same shit. And that's because, guys, our value as men is not necessarily correlated to the way that we just look. Your attractiveness as a man is a function of your masculinity, which is then correlated to the slew of things that I've discussed, which means, are you combative? Can you protect? Do you have the ability to provide? Are you making cash? I've seen so many attractive women with ugly ass dudes because those ugly ass dudes are on their path and their mission.
Yes, and those ugly men's mission is to make money to give to women. Or a one woman that doesn't have sex with him very often and cheats on him with better looking men on Tinder and does stuff in bed that she doesn't do with the ugly guy.
You do not need to be a fucking handsome ass man to get women. I know this from experience, and that's the trap a lot of dudes fall into, specifically when they're young.
That's because when they're young, women aren't dating men for their money. Is it sinking in yet?
They think that you need to have certain physical characteristics and qualities to become attractive to women. And sure, on a superficial forefront, that might hold true, but it has no longevity to it.
Being a simp doesn't have longevity either, because the second she starts to out-earn you, she's about 10 times more likely to divorce your ass.
And when I was young, when I was fucking like 20 years old, I thought that was the most important thing. That's why I spent all my time in the freaking gym, because I thought that that's the thing that's going to get me women. But as I grew older, I came to the realization that attractiveness for women is very much deep-rooted in just the energy that you're putting out there, the ability to be just an alpha provider, man. You're fucking providing stability for your future family.
There is no stability for men to start a family in Western countries anymore. That ship has sailed. Front bottom movement has ruined it for everyone. So why would guys do that? Any natural authority or alphaness that men have over women is completely overruled by the legal system. And women aren't attracted to men that don't have authority over them. So if you do want that stability, I suggest you fly to the Philippines.
Like, look at Genghis Khan. Do you think Genghis Khan had a negative canthal tilt? Do you think he was mewing? He didn't give a fuck, man. He was out there trying to conquer the goddamn world. That was his sole intent, and because of that, he had more than 900 kids. I guarantee you, he was like 5'9" as well. He wasn't even a tall dude. But because he had that inherent masculine quality, and that masculine quality is fundamentally related to you having a specific mission and a purpose.
Yeah, boy.
So before making this video, I commented on this guy's channel asking if it was satire, because I honestly thought it was at first. And I asked him, is this satire or are you for real this much of a pseudo Chad? And just before I was about to publish this video, I saw he replied, so let's have a look. So I think I got him out of his meditative alpha state and into his alert beta state, because he seems quite mad. He says, you've spent 3 years creating incel and degenerate related videos with titles such as why it's easier to steal another man's girl than to get one in 2024. Your commentary is irrelevant. So yeah, I think it's a perfect summary, like, of the pseudo Chad phenomenon, who just went on for a bit there about how by not caring about female validation, you attract more girls and it has nothing to do with looks and blah, blah, blah. His first go-to insult is to call someone that he doesn't know an incel, as though that's the worst thing in the world that you could be. Even though, you know, don't need to prove myself, but I'm not a virgin, let's say that. And I haven't been making videos for 3 years on this channel. I've barely been making videos for a couple of months. I have been making YouTube videos for about 10 years, and I've had 2 of them banned in the past, making red pill content. Back in 2018, they got banned when Susan Wojcicki just went absolutely insane, banning everyone. And I didn't decide to make them again until just a couple of months ago, because, you know, screw it, why not? So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you want to give me some privacy coin donations, the links are in the video description below. You can also sign up to Unstoppable Domains or Kaba AI and give me some credits on those platforms as well. Highly recommend you get into the privacy coins, because they're really going to take off as more and more transactions are tracked and taxed on the blockchain. So get into privacy coins, but before the price goes up to around what they're worth, which is much, much higher. Anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next one.